All right, good afternoon, YouTube family. Martinez Country Home here. Uh, I wanted to talk about a couple of things that I touched on this morning, but didn't really get to, fully expand on it. Um, I'm sure a lot of you have seen that the gas prices are going up, and we've enjoyed some pretty low gas prices here in San Antonio for quite a while now. It's We were below $2 for I can't even remember how long. Maybe I want to say at least a year, maybe. I'm not too positive, but we've had very low gas prices for quite a while. But in February, the prices started going up, and I believe it was around the time with the freeze and all that stuff. But it went steadily. It climbed over $2, and then like in the last week, it went up to like 225, 229. And now it's at 234 in that range. I've seen it from as high as the highest I've seen it is 239, and in some of the gas stations that are out in the outskirts, like past the outside the city limits, you got them at like at 245. So another thing that I'm starting to see, I'm not really seeing the inflation, which is it's starting to creep up, but I'm not really seeing it too much on the food. Although I have seen some products that have gone up a little bit, but where I do see it, oddly enough, and not because we eat out a lot, but I've seen it in the fast food. The other day, I went and took on the way to drop off my granddaughter. She always wants me to get her like a Happy Meal for her and my grandson, and it's their little treat, and it was high, man. I mean, it was very small product, and I remember when I used to pay back when I used to eat fast food, the price that I paid for that little kids meal was the price that I used to pay for like a regular adult meal, like over $5, right? But anyway, I've been seeing reports of the fast food going up, and really that doesn't, like I said, bother me too much because we don't eat fast food. Very rare we eat out, and we do eat out, but when we do, it's not fast food. I can't even remember the last time that we've eaten fast food. I mean, it's just we don't need it. But anyway, we're starting to see inflation. A lot of people are talking about it, but not in the way not in the way that I was expecting. Like I've said before, the Federal Reserve will allow the inflation to rise. I mean, they've been printing money like crazy, and that should have already caused hyperinflation with all the amount of money that they've printed. And just this year, guys, they've printed like 60% of the money that we have right now. 60% of it was printed in just the last year. So I mean, that's mind-boggling. I mean, it's mind-boggling. So so most of the inflation, like I've said before, is going into the stock market. That's why you see the stock market going up so high, and some of it is going into the cryptocurrencies, right? It's going into maybe even into real estate. But as far as like the things that you and I buy, I haven't seen it too high. Another thing, guys, that I noticed this past week, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. I've seen a lot of traffic, like on my commute to work. For the past year, when all this started with the lockdowns and all that stuff, when places started to close down, you saw very little traffic on the highways, especially that first month in March when you were seeing cities like looking like an apocalyptic movie. I mean, very little traffic. The downtown areas where there was nobody there. So throughout the year, the traffic has pretty much looked like maybe like when the kids are out of school, like in the summer. Now, you know how the traffic dies down, at least for us, whenever in the summertime or in spring break or Christmas vacation, The commutes are always lighter when the kids are out of school and they're on vacation. And pretty much the whole year, this past year, that's the way it's looked. Now, this past week, I noticed that the traffic really picked up. I'm talking about it picked up to the point where it looked like almost like normal. And this was before, this was even before the governor had announced that they were going to be reopening the state, which he said, I think that happened like on a Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, might be wrong. But I had been noticing that the traffic had really picked up. It might have been late last week in the work week, like maybe Thursday or Friday, when I noticed more traffic, at least on the commute to work. That I started noticing a lot more people moving around, and maybe it's because this this winter freeze that we had. It might have like made people like, just, you know what, we're tired of being inside and we want to get out, and we are enjoying some very beautiful weather here in San Antonio. We got some chemtrail clouds out there, but other than that, I mean, it looks really nice out here, and it's warm. It has to be at least 75 to 80 degrees. It's pretty warm out here. So guys, like I said this morning, be stocking up on food. um we're getting a lot of, like chatter. I call it chatter, and that's the news that I listen to, is when people start talking about the truckers are slowing down, or their gas prices are going to go up, or things of that nature. That's what I listen to. People that we might even know, and they talk to us. People that work on the railroad, they might give us some conversation about, the traffic's died down, or they're talking about they're gonna stop rail traffic or something, things like that. I'm starting to hear a lot of chatter like that. The what Pinball reported yesterday about the prices that the truckers are gonna start charging for hauling per mile. That, and of course our economy, the financial markets, which really, they're out of touch with the real economy, right? But still, those things are the things that I look at is the 10-year yield for the treasury bond. I look at the price of oil. That's another. I look at the Dixie, which is the dollar index. And I also look at, of course, the stock market. Not that those things don't really tell the true story about our economy, but they're still indicators of what's going on, and so the money flows down to us, and it's something that it's really good to look at and keep track of. So the 10-year yield is at like 150. It almost reached $1.60 today. I'm $1.60. I'm sorry. 1.6%. It almost got that high, and what I have heard in the past is that at 1.5% yield, it starts getting really dangerous for us, because for the whole economy, because that means that is how much that they got to pay interest on those bonds. And so it's a very important number to keep track of. There was something else that I was going to mention that I was reminded of this morning. But anyway, guys, we got so much going on. One thing distracting from the other. But keep in mind, not only are we having to worry about these vaccines and what they're doing to people, whether if we're gonna eventually be made to take it, or is it gonna be something that it's gonna be taken out of our hands. Are we gonna be able to work? Are we gonna be able to go shop or whatever? If we do not have these vaccines, like in Israel, they already came out with the Green Pass, and they're doing the people of Israel wrong. It's kind of wrong that the pharmaceutical companies they're literally allowing them to pretty much set legislation for us, about how we have to live our lives. The health industry, the public health officials, and with the World Economic Forum and the World Health Organization, these people are steamrolling us, or they're trying to. So right now, this money that they're passing out with the stimulus and all that, guys, take advantage of every penny, because the more, I'm gonna tell you like this, you would, and I had said this in the beginning. The stimulus are not gonna stop. They're gonna keep. They're gonna come more often, and they're gonna get higher. Just mark my words. They're gonna keep coming. They're gonna come more often. They're gonna be higher, and the maybe not the money that we get, but the money that is past part of the stimulus packages, right? And every time that happens, is our money's gonna be devalued. It's gonna be debased. So until the point's gonna come where it's not gonna do any good. The money, it's gonna be too much money, and it's gonna finally, it's gonna reach the tipping point. So y'all prepare, guys. Prepare. Buy food, buy water, buy stuff to maintain your cars, your homes. Buy stuff that you're gonna need in case the power goes out again. You know, a lot of people didn't, their power didn't go out, so they didn't get to. And I'm talking about here in our city. A lot of people's power, thank God, they didn't go out. You know, they kept their water, which is great. I'm very happy for them, but they didn't get to experience being without water and being without power. So I don't think they got to taste the gravity of the situation, and I think it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen more and more, especially when the summer comes, and the heat. Here in Texas, the heat gets pretty bad. So if you can imagine your house being without no power, your AC won't be able to be turned on, or even at least a fan. So get you a generator, get you box fans, whatever. If you don't want to waste a lot of power, at least a box fan, guys, because I believe it's gonna keep happening. So just be prepared, and be aware, guys. Be aware of these things. Everything is not as it seems. Y'all know this. So keep God in your heart, guys. Pray and take care of your spiritual health too. We got to take care of our physical needs like food and water, and to be able to defend our property and what we have. But also we're gonna have to take care of our spirits, guys, and strengthen our spirits, because we are in a spiritual war. Whether you're religious or not, it doesn't matter. We are dealing with some evil people here, some immoral and evil people that they look at life a totally different way than we do. To them, we're useless eaters, and they got to the top. They clawed their way to the top and walked over people, and they feel that they deserve to be where they are because they fought for it. That's the way they look at it. And they don't care about us, guys. So we got to take care of ourselves. We got to take care of each other, and we have to love each other. Okay. All right, guys. God bless y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. Okay. Bye.